We are mighty Marine. Oh, oh, oh.
Welcome to the Marine FC official podcast, and we've got two more FA Cup heroes joining us today, and it's a pleasure to be joined by Devine and James Barrigan. So, welcome to the show, lads. Hope you're doing well. We'll start with Jay. How does it feel to be making your Marine FC official podcast debut?
Yeah, good. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I thought you'd have to be a good player to come on here, so.
We have all sorts on here. We've got we have me on here, and I can't play for Toffee, like, but no, it's
Marine, you.
Yeah, I'll jump in if you need an extra player on the bench, like. But coming on to Baz, what's it like being back at training after like months out? Obviously, coming from the Spurs game when it was like the like such a massive occasion to like obviously you've not had any games and that. What's it been like from going to like experiencing such a boss thing together, going to like obviously not being able to train together?
Yeah, it's been hard. Like obviously, I think you. When we come out of it, you do miss it quite a lot, and it's hard to not be playing like all the time and seeing each other like we're all used to.
Yeah, it must be difficult. But obviously he's back now. He's able to train again and stuff like that. But Jay, how did you keep fit during lockdown? How did you actually? Because I've heard the players done a running challenge and that. But what were you doing to keep fit during lockdown and that?
Yeah, I think it's just a similar case. You've just got to. It was literally just doing your own sort of bits when you could, and I think the majority of us work, don't they? So just fitting it around that really. So whether people have got little weights in that in the back end, I don't know, but just things like that, and you stand up running. But yeah, it was hard to be honest because you didn't know when it was coming back either, did you? So it was you don't know how long you're working for if you're working for nothing because pre-season doesn't start till proper pre-season till June time, does it? So. You know, just to do your own running for what 4 months, it's a bit hard going, but it's just good to be back now, I think.
Yeah. Obviously, he's back training for the festival of football, as they call them, at Clitheroe next week. So that'll be interesting to see what kind of shape he's in. But no, taking it back, I'll throw it back Baz, to when you joined the club ahead of the 2019-20 season. Obviously, came through Wigan, and then ended up joining Marine. How did that move come about?
Obviously, I was playing in Wales for Colwyn Bay at the time.
Yeah.
But when I first signed there, it was Morgs was the manager, like Alan Morgan then, and I knew him from there. So I'm guessing it was he might have said something to Neil or whatever, and then the next minute they rang and got in contact and said they want to come into training and sign and stuff, which I jumped at because of how big the club is and all that. So I think that's how it come about through Morgs probably.
Yeah, seems like a good scout.
Yeah, he is. He knows his stuff, like, because obviously he's scouting me, so.
You must do. Yeah, so Jay, is that how you joined the club as well? And is that did Morg get in touch with you? Because obviously you works with Tranmere Youth, and you came through the Tranmere system. Obviously you captained the youth team before you made your debut for the first team at 16. Was that how the move came about?
Yeah, Alan Morgan scouting around again.
Yeah.
Sniffing us out. But yeah, I've done my first year pro at Tranmere, and then obviously I got let go in the end of the season, so I think that was around at the end of May. And I was just thinking, waiting around for someone to get in touch, and Morgs give me a ring and just said, obviously, if you want to come down, the manager wants to see you first, Neil Young, so just train with him for a couple of weeks, and then sign me up, thankfully.
Yeah.
What?
Big mistake.
I haven't played anyway, so it doesn't matter. No one knows what I'm like.
Still yet to show your talents now.
Yeah, if there's any there, like.
No, so obviously he's both joining like the season before the one that we just had. So Baz, how would you compare the squad then compared to now? Because obviously we've had this massive cup run this season. This team seems like something special. So like, what's different now compared to the first season you were at the club?
I think the difference is I wouldn't say there's any difference in like quality of players. I think there's a big difference in though, like in how we get on like outside the footy and that as well, like. Because I think a lot of us do speak outside the footy, and we're always like we have like our own little group chats and that as well, which we all speak in. So like when we are coming like back into the footy and stuff, we all like can still get along, and like we all like run through brick walls for each other. So I think that helps a lot, like getting on outside the footy.
Yeah, that's true. Must do. Yeah, so it seems like a group who's going to stick together, hopefully. But yeah, Jay, you've been used all over the pitch, really. I've seen a couple of fans call you James Milner Devine, because you've been used all over. You've been used all over the back line and in midfield as well. So what's your actually preferred position that you'd want to play in, and what's it been like, kind of being shifted about a little bit?
Just not on the bench.
He's the forward.
Nah, yeah, to be honest, I actually don't mind as long as I'm playing, but centre mid probably, if anything, yeah, sit in midfield, but yeah, as I say, I don't, whether I can turn up or not, just throw me anyway.
Sitting and dictating the game.
Don't know about that, just kicking people. Just kick it in head. Give it to Badger. Yeah, tell Badger to press.
Yeah, because obviously, Baz, you've come through as a winger as well, like in your first season, and then this season during the cup run, especially, you seem to be used as a central midfield, and you seem to have like adapted to that position really well. What's it been like adapting to that, like a new role?
Yeah, well, I think it ain't really so much as an adapting. It was just like getting used to playing there again. I played there like now and then when I was like academy level, and like when I was signing back on for like the new season, he said like I want to try and see like what you like centre mid, and like I think at the start it was a bit like rocky trying to get used to it again, but then once I got in the full swing of it again, it was like I'd like not been out of there before.
Yeah, definitely. You adapted to it really quickly, of course, like jump back into an old position that you're used to, and it one of the main parts of the cup run really was really good. And obviously the cup run went, I think it was 8 games in the end. It was, so Jay, what was it like going from scraping past Penaldswick Town in the preliminary round, where it was debatable whether the ball even went over the line, to
Never.
Yeah. Do you not reckon
never went in. It never. It's not right. It never went in. But no, it just sums it up though, doesn't it? Like, for that to go in, and then for us to get that far, like, you couldn't write it. But that game's a nightmare. Bailey got sent off, didn't he?
Yeah.
What else? I think it was me and Adam Hughes sent him in. It's just even move, but no, it's just unbelievable. Like, that's just the way for it, isn't it? You can't even describe how mad it is, really. But to be fair, I think every round after that, the lads steamrolled it, like, so. Got to give it to them, to be honest. Deserved everything.
Definitely, yeah, it was fully earned. Even though there was an element of luck at times, it was the hard work he's put on, especially against teams who were like leagues above you a lot of the time as well, was really impressive, and professional players at times as well. And one of the teams above you that you've beaten, one of my highlights of the cup run, was having some Waterlooville in the second round when a player got sent off in extra time. And Baz, you waved him off the pitch. That was it. Was one of my personal highlights of the.
He was doing me head in the whole time. So I was made up that he got the bullet. Like,
yeah, definitely, and as well, you scored the winning penalty at Chester as well. So, what would you say your highlight was of the cup run?
I think it was the feeling after winning the Havant game, like that close to the end. Obviously, like when I put the ball into the box, and then see Marley headed across, and then it was like the rest of it was just slow motion, seeing Niall just slowly fall over. It hit the ball, hit him on the top of the head, and then it just like spins over the line. And then all I remember was just sprinting down the line with my hands behind my head. Like, I still couldn't believe it.
None of us could. What a moment, though. One of the best moments in the club's recent history, if not more than the recent history. But Jay, Bailey said that you went to the co-op after the Havant game as well, but obviously he's the only one who got a picture took of him and went all over Sport Bible and stuff like that. How did you manage to hide from the photos when you went up to get the drinks?
Yeah, I don't drink, by the way. But no, yeah, it was me. He probably told you a story anyway. Me and Marley, we just threw our flip-flops on and obviously just give the shout. We're going to get ale because there's no ale there. So, Bailey and James Lady come with us. But yeah, me and Marley, we had stacks up here with crates like that, carrying the crates, about 4 crates. So I was just walking through and I got to the gate, the entrance, marine entrance. Yeah. And some fella comes up to me with like camera in my face. I was like, he was like, "Can I get a picture, mate? Can I get a picture?" No, obviously I weren't tearing him down. I was just like,
Yeah.
"The lads are waiting for me, and if you want it, you'll just have to take it. I can't stop for you." And maybe flip flops, you know what I mean? So I just dodged it somehow. I think Marley was first in, so he just got past everyone.
I couldn't.
But yeah,
Heavy.
steaming one.
He's pacing everyone, the centre-back, the big, massive 6 foot, whatever centre-back, just face back from the co-op, getting a sprint on.
Yeah. Seen him slidey someone in the co-op for a crate.
Wouldn't surprise me. But no, but yeah, that was another highlight of the cup run. But yeah, and then obviously a few days later, Spurs came out the hat. But that's what were you like when Spurs came out the hat? And how many times, obviously, after that did the Mourinho picture come up as well of you, obviously at Wigan shaking his hand?
Yeah, well, I think when it come up, I remember watching it, and then I seen their number come up, and then like trying to look down the list, like on the telly to see if I could see who it was, and then it couldn't see, and then someone said it was Tottenham. And I just remember, like, I couldn't believe it at first, and even like really like react. I like couldn't believe it, and then when obviously like all the tweets were coming through in there, and then obviously I had a picture with Mourinho. I thought I decided to throw it up on Twitter again, give it a little throwback, and say about time we meet again or something like that. I can't even remember what I put now.
Did you meet him again? Like, did you speak to him about it?
No, I didn't say nothing about it. Like, as if he's gonna remember me. By the way, but I played about 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Ran it down.
Yeah. Got absolutely elbowed off the ball, and then I think that was my highlight.
It was a boss photo anyway, and obviously you got to play a little bit more in this game against them this time round. But yeah, we've come back to Jay. When did you find out you were starting the game? Obviously, because you came in to do a job to protect the back line as well and stop people barging through like the likes of Musa Sissoko, the absolute tank. What was it like when you found out you were starting the game, and what was your reaction to it?
Yeah, it was. When did I find out? I think we'd trained on the Tuesday, I think, or the week before. But and obviously I was in this shape, but I think so he wasn't there, was he? Baz? I don't think so. So I didn't know what was happening, but obviously I thought that I was in for a shout because I've been playing before anyway, like back at the team. But then I only found out actually on the Saturday. So we played on a Sunday, we trained on a Saturday. Like I knew for sure then, you know what I mean? He said the team. But yeah, it was sort of, I was expecting it, but then obviously it was in the back of my mind that I thought, you might not play me here, but no, it was, I couldn't believe it. But then that's when the nerves started to kick in, like, you know, when you find out you're playing. But yeah, it was a good run around, like, on the day. I just think I went into the back of Sissoko, and I think he hit me, and it's still there to this day, like, but
don't blame you. Just seeing him a pit, he's massive.
Yeah, our back forward too deep.
But you've done a job on him, to be fair. You kind of like the 20 minutes you're in the game. It was only that like 5 minutes, as I say, where we like obviously a few goals conceded. Second half, he's only conceded one, so he's actually like put a shift in him and done yourself proud, defo. But yeah, something I read in Sam Hughes' article. He was obviously followed you around before the week before the game to do an article for the Athletic. He said you stayed at your nan's to stay away from COVID. Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah, I live next door to me now.
Yeah,
she can probably hear me now. But yeah, I mean, we've moved next door to me now, so I thought them tests were the worst. I was bad for it. I think me and Richie, the physio, we were the worst for it, like panicking and that. So I booked the week off work. I think was it a week or 2 weeks? Don't know what it was, but and they just said to me, "Now look, I'm moving into yours because obviously me and Granda weren't going out." So I said, "I'm moving into yours, and I'm not moving. I come out to train, and that was it." But yeah, that was a horrible week. That 2 tests we got, I think, and I've never felt like that. We were more nervous about that than the game because we didn't know we didn't know if we get into the game. So
nervous times then.
Oh, honestly, that shouldn't be like that though. Do you know what I mean? You should be excited straight away, but obviously, at least the game got played. That's the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. You all got through it, and it was a miracle that no one tested positive, and you all managed to get out there, and everything went all right in the end, thank God. But yeah, in the lead up to the game, obviously there was media attention from everywhere on you, like, and that must have been weird compared to what you used to for then international media's come on all of a sudden to obviously be following you around, especially for you, Baz, as well. I've seen them follow you on a shift as well at work. What was that like to have everyone like kind of wanting to speak to you all of a sudden?
Yeah, the GoPro one.
Oh, was
Nah,
it?
it was weird. Like, it was ITV wanted that come round and done that for like the day. And normally I would like our hours are like 6, half 6 till 2. Not like normally we finish a bit earlier or like on that time.
Yeah.
And they put about 3 hours on the day and get on for about 5 o'clock. Absolutely
Normal hours, lad.
Yeah, absolutely blowing. So like it was weird because obviously I'm just in like the normal streets doing it, and obviously when there's about 6 or 7 people filming, you putting bins on it, all people were coming out the house and saying like what's going on in there. It was a mad one.
Did you get paid for the extra hours, like?
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Got to. Good
Yeah.
spot. Now it's time for the Guess the Goal segment once again. And last week we had the Guess the Near Goal segment, and well done to those who got it right. It was, of course, Neil Kengley's crossbar effort. This week could be judged as a near goal or a goal, depending on how you saw it, but it was given as a goal, so I'll give you that clue, and I'll hand it over to the kids at St Gregory's Catholic Primary School.
It's a free kick on the edge of the box. Can the keeper save it? Oh my, tipped it onto the crossbar. Keeper looks like he's reaching for the sun. Has it gone in? Who knows? The referee's given it. And it is a worldie. The net's still shaking. The crowd has lost it. They're going crazy in the stands. Look at them celebrating. Controversial decision. People will be talking about that for a long time.
As always, let us know which goal or near goal you thought that was on Twitter if you're listening on Spotify, or comment under this video if you're watching on YouTube, and we will give out a prize for one selected lucky winner. So let us know and we will pick one out in the coming days. But yeah, coming on to the day itself, it must have been obviously like staying over the night before in the hotel and coming on the coach and watching everyone on College Road. What was that like? Coming back onto Jay. What was that like to have everyone lined up on College Road and to have everyone kind of like cheering you on and that, and all the media as well? And what on the day? What was your feeling towards the game? Was that when you could finally get excited for it?
Yeah. To be honest, as soon as the COVID test come back round, that's when I was like, it's like it's happening now. But no, to be honest, with all the fans there outside, you didn't not that you didn't expect it, but it wasn't a thought. Like, I don't even think anyone thought that far ahead of getting outside the grounds and that. It was just a case of it, you just thinking about the game. But yeah, my nerves were kicking in. I think it was on the day when obviously everyone, the same as Bailey, I think when everyone's sending you messages and all things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like the last few hours before it gets serious. So, but no, to be honest, the coach Jerry there was boss. Like, we had all the tunes on and that, but yeah, it's just unreal. Never seen. Obviously, you don't know if that's going to happen again in your life.
Yeah,
like related to footy with all them people there. So unreal.
Massive, yeah. And I don't know what I spoke to Neil Kengley. He said you were the DJ in the team.
Of course.
And what tunes you put on ahead of Spurs? Is it kind of like motivation tunes, or did you just have like the party tunes on?
No, it's the party tunes. In the past, there's no exceptions to anything else. I give Josh a go now and then for some games, like, because he likes his different stuff, doesn't he? So JSD, I give him a go sometimes, but no, we went through it the night before, didn't we? Setting up playlists and we were up till about 1 o'clock setting playlists.
Full on the face on what tunes were getting played.
Yeah, to be honest, you wouldn't have thought we had Tottenham the next day, like. if you see us in that hotel room, Wiggy ate for England. Swear to God, he didn't stop eating. Don't know if that's going to get him in trouble, like, but
I've never seen someone put food away like Wiggy ever.
You can put it away.
Like, I put a full pack of 8 donuts away the night before, and Wiggy was still going at like late.
Wiggy he can eat. That fella can eat, mate. That's experience, that.
Yeah, he's 37. Remember?
He's a little chest kid though, isn't he? So he can.
The bulldog.
Bulldog, yeah. He gets called bulldog.
Yeah, I remember getting there to the hotel, and he's like, I think he's a dad, you're even a meal, and then everyone was going on the Tesco for a meal deal as well, and after the meal.
Wiggy had about thirds as well in the scran, yeah. He had about, I think he had thirds. All I seen him do was go back and forth.
And after the game,
It's nuts, lad.
That's boss now. Eating for your nerves and though like kind of just getting his mind off it now. But yeah, it must have been like just mad. You wouldn't know what to do with yourself the night before that. But yeah, coming on to the day itself, then when you got there, did you like at any point in the day before or after? Baz, did you speak to any like the Spurs players and like did you able to have a conversation with them and like did they speak to you? Yeah.
at the end of the game, I think it was Ben Davis like stood outside our changes and was speaking to like a few of us for a good 20-25 minutes. So
yeah,
I got to speak to him a little bit, and then obviously I got Bale to sign my shirt.
Yeah.
So, but he was like in the shower, and then he come out the shower with a towel wrapped around his hair, towel around his waist, ran out for me, and but he for like a minute, both in for like a minute or two while he was like signing a few shirts and that. That was it, really. Everyone else ran in because it was that cold.
Yeah. Don't know if you can call it a shower either. Cold.
Yeah, I had about song.
Baz was swilling them. Baz watched them.
Yeah. Stay there.
Washed his feet.
With 2000. Yeah, coming on. What about the game itself? Then will it be? What was it like having to hold off? Having to like, especially you Jay as well. Like when you just basically sat back for the whole game, being told to just defend, but you're trying to defend against like the likes of Dele Alli and Lucas Moura and the likes of players like that, and obviously Bale when he came on as well. How would you possibly defend against them, and how difficult was it?
You can't, like, you just can't. Like, I've seen to Baz the other day, like, you'd be like that, like, you'd tell them to press, and then you'd be like, nah, they're just 10 steps ahead of everything. Like, I think I was marking Dele Alli for the most of the game, and he got to a point at first, like, he was just walking around, and then he just went into first gear, and was like, he stood wide, like, he was standing on the wing.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, I'm trying to stay in the middle, but we were playing like a box. So I'm thinking, do I go out there or not? Because then there's Baz shouting at me because I've gone out there to go and get him. But he, to be honest, even if you got near them, like, you had obviously after the game or a few days later, weeks later, you'd have like people saying, "Oh, why didn't you? You should have just went through." It's not, honestly, like, we love a tackle, but it's just a different game. Like, if you're near them, they're just gone. Like you take the there, they're not.
It was like no matter how tight you were, they still got to turn from you. Like no matter what. So it was like do a stand off, give them a yard, and they turn anyway. Yeah. Or get tight and you just get rolled no matter what. Yeah. Because they are and like how sharp they are as well compared to us.
Yeah. It was world class athletes, and it's difficult to even to have a go against them, but you did like. But what was it like as well? What was it like when you seen Neil Kenny drive forward and hit the crossbar? Like, was your heart in your mouth and then? Did you think it was going in?
I was just made up. I passed him. I was getting the assist.
What? I was literally about to start flipping, saying, "What have you done?"
Everyone did, didn't you?
Like, and then I just seen it, like it just dipped last minute, bounced off the bar, and it jumped about 3 feet in the air, thinking it was going in, but.
Oh, he was getting hell off everyone there, wasn't he? Yeah. He was lucky at the bar, to be honest.
Yeah. Good strike, like him. Now he's got a strike on him, so I think.
Yeah. I was claiming the assist there.
Could have been. It nearly caught him out. Like Joe Hart was in a bit of a flap, wasn't he? Nearly caught him out. So, yeah. But no, I've coming back to Dele Alli as well. I've got a question from. I'm guessing he's your mate, Lewis Kelly on Twitter. He says, "I think you've already."
No, what? He's gonna be made up. You mentioned them on. Yeah. You shouldn't have even done that. He's gonna be made up.
It's one of the questions. Obviously, put it out there to the fans. Does anyone want to ask a question? So we'll call him a fan. But,
yeah, he is. Oh, he is. He's my number one.
Is he? Yeah, he says. I'm sure you've already seen him. But he said, "Hello, mate. Hope you're well. Big fan." As he says. My question to you would be, what's it like to get megged by Dele Alli?
It was a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. I'm taking it to the grave with me. That's it. Like,
written on your
It's a pleasure.
once.
Yeah. Getting it tattooed on me arm.
I don't blame you. Yeah, must have been mad, and obviously then as well. It's a shame that we weren't able to like go out and celebrate it afterwards as well. After 8 rounds of the cup run. So, what do you reckon on? I think you said that yourself, Jay, on Twitter. What is it, June 21st or whenever? Is that going to be when all 8 rounds come to one night?
If I'm in charge of the kitty, it will be. From over Niall, you'll have to have a word.
8 nights. There's going to be not one night. There'll be 8 nights.
Consecutively.
Yeah. It'll be either that or the skipper's going on holiday. So you'll find out when the skipper goes on holiday in June. So there's got to be some kitty there.
Yeah, 8 nights in a row. It'd be like Freshers Week all over again. It'd be like every single round has its own night. It'd be boss.
I don't think you can put fresh in the sentence there. Like,
not very fresh at all.
Yeah.
No, that'd be boss. And one of the things Kenny said as well. I think he said, I asked him who the best dancer was in the team, and he said either himself or Josh. I think he said to get going to a bit of Afrobeat. Would you agree with
Himself?
that? The dancer in the squad.
I don't think I've ever seen Kenji dance. In fact, there's a video actually in there. Next put in before the game, but
yeah,
I've seen Josh throw a few shapes because I've known Josh for years, so JSD can throw a little shape, like, but
yeah. Would you say he's the best dancer in the squad?
Probably, yeah. No one really gives it a bit.
Is he? Because if there's any rap on, how do you dance to rap? Do you know what I mean?
Baz is out the room.
I just don't.
I don't mind it, me, but it's not for the game. It's got to be just got to be fist pumps and passes.
Yeah. People getting elbowed in the change. I'm all about.
Yeah.
So say we're in level, they'd be second floor and you'd be on the bottom with the house music.
Yeah,
100%. Catches elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said I asked him who the biggest joker in the squad was, and he said Mendes, and I mentioned about seeing him walking around the coach with a beer crate on his head in one of the earlier rounds as well. Would you go along with that? Is he the biggest joker in the squad?
I don't know. You can't.
He's one of them. I think because of like how he is. I think he's one of them. Like sometimes he doesn't mean to be funny, but you just laugh at him because of like how he said or how he said something. You know what I mean?
We all just buzz off him.
Yeah, he's got a bit of Aaron Mendes. Like he is a bit funny.
Yeah,
him and Josh were at it today. It was funny.
Really? Yeah.
Oh,
What happened?
Mendes come flying out this morning and saying him. And then I think Kenji put it like scored because we were just doing like games and that, but Josh was just giving him stiff. He deserved it. Like Mendes always deserves it. Whenever he gets stiff, he deserves it.
I've seen everyone shouting at him. I feel like Paul Mendes. He gets he doesn't ask it. Like,
but
he deserves it, but it's love hate.
If you've got a big game the day before and you're training,
yeah.
If Mendes flying out and is coming to get the ball, he will not stop to get that ball.
So he's cleaning, you know.
You're either taking a broken leg or you're jumping out the way. And having to calm down, and then he still won't calm down.
Yeah. And then that's when he starts, and he just doesn't back down. So, but now he's bossed to have it on, like.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's been there for a while, and I hope he stays around as well because he seems like a funny fella. But yeah, talking about shouting, another thing I asked Kenny was who's the like who gives it out most in the squad in terms of shouting at people. He said Adam Hughes. Apparently, I've seen it a few times. I think it was I spoke to him about it in the last podcast. I think there was one game where he just started screaming at Josh Solomon, and everyone just stopped and everyone was like, wow, like I'm gonna say just ripped him one. But would you go along with that? Is Adam Hughes? Is he
love to go like
no, what's funny?
Understand it, like
I listened to them and Bailey's podcast, and Adam Hughes was like, what did he say? What did Hughes say? He said something like, just come to training for like it's good to just have a laugh on that, mate. I don't think Hughes smiles in training. Just go down, just try to cheer people now.
Yeah. Start shooting from the halfway line and then it's training.
Yeah, funny. Maybe laugh that.
That's his laugh probably, isn't it? Just going around. It's just
it's Sue.
Yeah,
Sue.
laugh, he shouts.
Yeah, just growls.
It's like going to training and having a growl. It's what it's but no, but yeah, coming on to like moving on to obviously next season. It's probably going to be next season by the time we see a competitive game. Now, Baz, what do you think the future holds for this team, and what do you think if this team sticks together as it looks like it will? What do you think the team can go on to achieve?
If the team sticks together, there's a lot you can achieve, like cup runs and like cup competitions, winning cups and league. We can win leagues and definitely go very high, as you can see, like by the teams we've beaten in the FA Cup and that. So I think if the team sticks together and the longer it does, I think it'll just like, I don't think there'll be like a step down. I think it will just push on and on and on.
Yeah. Hopefully will, and climb the leagues and stuff and get that promotion. They've been wanting to get for ages, and obviously been trying for 2 seasons now. Hopefully next season will be the one where it actually happens and the season doesn't get curtailed, which must have been quite frustrating. But yeah, Jay, do you think this cup run has meant that the lads will want to stay together and go into next season, having been through that as a team, having to experience something like that again?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think many people are going to want to go elsewhere, because I don't know, like Baz said before, I think it just brought everyone closer, and even the lads that were close, like me and Baz have known each other for years anyway. Me and Baz went to school together.
Did you?
But, no, yeah. Obviously, you don't know. People are different, but there's nowhere else you'd rather go when that's something like that just happens.
Yeah, it looks like the team's on a good path. You've obviously got group of players who are. I said this a couple of times. You're playing above the level, a manager who's above his level as well, and you've got the financial backing as well now from the cup run. It seems like the club's definitely heading in the right direction. It'll be interesting to see what happens next season. So yeah, as I say, thanks a lot for coming on the podcast. Have you got any final message for the fans, like Lewis? Any other message for the fans before we wrap it up?
You know what? If you'd asked me to like think of one, I would have, but I'll just give my job on Tuesday when we're back in.
Lovely stuff, right? Yeah, as I say, thanks a lot for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. So it's a nice one, and best of luck next week with the looking ahead to the Festival of Football. How's it looking for that? Are you excited for the Festival of Football at Clitheroe?
Yeah,
I don't think you can call it football.
Yeah. On the hill, playing on the hill.
Nah, it's gonna be rusty. It's gonna be rusty.
Games in, I think.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're only friendlies, but you want to win every game. So I think it'll obviously be good competition for us, and
yeah,
obviously it's a couple of games before it stops again till the new season. So
yeah, and we got it. Obviously, Benaldwick Town in the first round. It's going to be a repeat of history from the FA Cup last season, essentially.
Yeah, we'll turn them.
Hopefully not. Have to bring Willie on 88 minute again.
Yeah.
See another questionable free kick. Well, we've got it in full HD, so I don't know if we get a better angle of it this time, not crossing the line. If Josh Tamami does fancy another free kick hitting the underside.
Never winning. They're going to be after Josh Tamami.
Yeah, they'll be hopefully not leaving something in on him. I think he can get out. He's too quick for that. He'll get away from them. But no, as I say, thanks a lot for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure having you, and hope everyone's enjoyed the listening as well. So as I say, we've talked about the other podcast. Give them a listen as well. We spoke to Bailey and Adam Hughes last week. We've had Kenny on. We've had a few people from Spurs. Gary Mabba came on as well. So make sure you give them a listen if you haven't already. Whether you're listening on Spotify or on YouTube, give it a like and subscribe to the podcast. And obviously, join us next time on the Marine FC official podcast.
We are mighty Marine.